Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am Atia of Booking It with Atia, and I am here with a library haul. If you have been here for a few months, you might have known that I was hosting the Read Your Library Readathon during the month of September. I recently, within the past year, started really utilizing and going to my public library, like the physical location, but I've always loved using Libby. But this is like an impromptu video. I went to the library to pick up some items, and then of course I ended up browsing a little bit. So now I have this big old bag full of books, and I wanted to share with you what I got and what I'm excited about. And I'm excited, as you can tell. Before we get into the books that I am hauling, however, I do want to remind you of my new channel memberships. You can further support my content creation by becoming a channel member. You get certain exclusive perks, including early access to videos, as well as you get to vote in the monthly book club picks that will be coming at the tail end of the year. And the link to join my channel membership is down below. You also get some exclusive videos that are just for channel members, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the new content just for members, and I'm just looking forward to creating content in general. And let's get started. So this is the bag. I'm just gonna stack them. All right, I guess I can start with the manga. So I have, this is volume 2. Volumes 1 and 2 of We Can't Just Do Plain Love. This is an adult spicy manga series, and I think it was Ashley from Realm of Comics who recommended this series, and so I was like, okay, cool, let's check it out. So I have these two, very excited about that. Then I have volume 10 of Inspector, really loving this series, and I'm super excited to read this and just like continue on with it. I guess I should tell you what these series are about. I can't remember what this one is about. Oh, and I can't even see it. Yeah, I can't read the back, so there's that. But in Inspector, we have a young woman who was kind of deemed the goddess of wisdom by these spirits, these specters, and her partner is kind of like part monster, and together they solve mysteries and things like that. And I'm looking forward to seeing the new arc that we're going into, because we recently came out of an arc and a storyline arc. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about this one. And then we have volumes 4 and 5 of Insomniacs After School. This is a YA contemporary about two kids who have trouble sleeping. They have insomnia, and they get together and they end up using the observatory in their school to like take naps during the day. And one of the teachers is like, in order to be in here and use it, and for me to allow you to do that, you need to become a club. So they end up becoming the astronomy club, and it's also a little bit of their budding relationship as well. Then we have My Happy Marriage Volume 3. This is like a historical fantasy that is also kind of like a Cinderella retelling. We have a girl, a young woman, who is treated horribly by her stepmother and her stepsister, and she's essentially like given to this guy who has run through fiancés. Like, he's supposed to get married, but the fiancés only last a month, but there's something different about them in their relationship. And this has taken a turn that I did not expect. And the end of volume 2 definitely left off on a cliffhanger. So I am looking forward to seeing how the story continues. And then we have the latest volume of Apothecary Diaries, volume 12. This is about a young girl. She is an apothecary, and after she solves the mystery of why the emperor's young sons keep dying, she is then brought into the castle, and using her skills as an apothecary, like as a trained apothecary by her father, she solves mysteries around the castle. Really loving this series, super excited. I do need to start the anime, but we'll get there when we get there. All right, next up, onto the novels. This one, I just happened to be walking by and it caught my eye and I was like, what? This is called Passion Tide by Monique Raffi. This is the author of The Mermaid of Black Conch. I have not read that. That is on my TBR, but I saw this cover and I was like, whoa, I'm intrigued. And so it says, early one morning at the close of St. Colibri's Carnival, a young female steel pan player is found dead beneath a cannonball tree. It is a discovery that will transform the lives of everyone on this small island. As the days pass, this shocking event draws together four women. There's Charlene, a journalist with an eye for the real story, her childhood friend Tara, the pink-haired, straight-talking star of the local activism scene, Gigi, the notorious founder of the Port Isabella Sex Workers Collective, and Daisy, First Lady of St. Colibri, who was haunted by a disappearance in her own family decades ago. In a community in which women's voices are often silenced and violence against them is often overlooked, the group soon finds themselves compelled to speak out and to act. But they never could have foreseen the consequences of their courage. Passion Tide is a fiercely alive novel of women daring to demand a better world, a powerful reimagining of the crime novel. It confirms Monique Raffi as one of our most spellbinding storytellers. Okay, I don't know, maybe I'll have to like boost this up and get to it during October. Then we have some romances. And I haven't really been in a romance mood, but these caught my eye. We have Cross the Line, which is about is he a NASCAR driver? Formula One driver, has a social media disaster. And I guess the girl is a social media manager. I don't know. I don't know if she's a social media manager, but somehow she's going to help him repair his social media image. This was on like my radar romances that I was interested in. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, might as well pick it up and see what it's about. It's also just a really cool cover. And then we have one that I've never heard about called Frequent Flyers. And this one is about Lainey. And Lainey is on the way to a wedding for her cousin who is engaged to her crush. And they both want her in the wedding. And as she's commuting, she befriends her handsome seatmate. He's a widower, a single father, prickly, and he agrees to be her +1 to the wedding. Okay, interesting. Very interesting, very interesting. But the cover caught my eye and I was like, this sounds fun and light. Next up, we have one that's been on my TBR for years, and that is Breast and Eggs by Mieko Kawakami. And this one is, I believe, a translated work, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. I don't even know what it's about at this point anymore. It says it tells the story of three women, 30-year-old Natsuko, her older sister Mikiko, and Mikiko's daughter, Midoriko. Mikiko has traveled to Tokyo in search of an affordable breast enhancement procedure. She is accompanied by Midoriko, who has recently grown silent, finding herself unable to voice the vague yet overwhelming pressures associated with growing up. Her silence proves a catalyst for each woman to confront her fears and frustrations. Okay. Challenging every preconception about storytelling and prose style, mixing wry humor and riveting emotional depth, Breasts and Eggs recounts the intimate journeys of three women as they confront oppressive Moors and their own uncertainties on the road to finding peace and futures they can truly call their own. Then we have The Bookshop Sisterhood by Michelle Lindo Reyes. This one caught my eye because it reminds me a lot of what is it? The Secret Bookshop, the Forbidden Book Club. It's one of my favorite books. I'll put the cover here, but they look very, very similar, as you can see. The Banned Bookshop or the Banned Book Club, one of those. But you see, they look very similar. So I was like, oh, as I was passing, I was like, did the author come out with like a sequel or follow-up? They didn't. It's a completely different book and author. But it says, after years of hard work, four best friends, Celeste, Yasmin, Tony, and Leslie, are finally on the verge of opening the bookstore of their dreams. A place where their community can find solace with an intriguing new read, a comforting beverage, and book-loving friends. But before they cut the ribbon, their worlds are upended. And that's really all I needed to know because I was deeply intrigued by the cover, the premise, and how just familiar it feels as well. Last up, a book I've heard so many people talking about on Book Talk, we have An Academy for Liars by Alexis Henderson. I know this is apparently like dark academia and things, and it says a student will find that the hardest lessons sometimes come from outside the classroom in this stunning dark academia novel from the acclaimed author of The Year of the Witching and House of Hunger. Lennon Carter's life is falling apart. Then she gets a mysterious phone call inviting her to take the entrance exam for Drayton College, a school of magic hidden in a secret pocket of Savannah. Lennon has been chosen because, like everyone else at the school, she has the innate gift of persuasion, the ability to wield her will like a weapon, using it to control others, and in rare cases, matter itself. After passing the test, Lennon begins to learn to master her devastating and unsettling power. Despite persuasion's heavy toll on her body and mind, she is wholly captivated by her studies, by Drayton's lush, moss-draped campus, and by her brilliant classmate. But even more captivating is her charismatic advisor, Dante, who both intimidates and enthralls her. As Lennon continues in her studies, her control grows, and she starts to uncover more about the secret world she has entered into, including the disquieting history of Drayton College. She is increasingly disturbed by what she learns, for it seems that the ultimate test is to embrace absolute power without succumbing to corruption. And it's a test she's terrified she's going to fail. What? I want to read this book immediately now, but I'm going to have to pace myself. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Oh my goodness. These are the books that I recently checked out from the library. Hopefully I can read them all before I have to give them back. That is a plan, especially with the manga and An Academy for Liars, Breasts and Eggs, and Passion Tide. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button and the bell so you're notified every time I come out with a new video. Make sure to check out my channel membership and my Patreon if you're interested in further supporting my content creation and my journey in just creating content of the bookish variety. Make sure to check out my bonfire as well, where you can get some bookish merch like the shirt that I am sporting right now, as well as some drinkware, and all of my socials, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, as well as the Discord is linked down below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. I ain't living for the moment. I see what's mine and I want it. Hungry like a Pac-Man. I'm Bruce Wayne and Batman. I'm Naruto with a Hanzo. Got a sharp mind like I'm Einstein. Poking copywriting, so it's all mine. Check it for me, I'm in the sky.